I'm back on YouTube. I normally go live on I don't even know what it is that I normally go live on, but I thought I'd try YouTube. I'll see if a few people come in first, otherwise I'm just going to chat anyway. I don't know if this light is too light. Is this light too light? A little bit too light. So I'll just give it a couple of minutes and see if anybody comes in. Or is that not a good light? I don't know. This lighting's different. I'm coming across as all shiny. But I'll give it a few minutes. Hi, Alison. Because I've got something to talk about, and I know some of you will watch these channels and know what I'm going on about. And it is all the thing about resonating with something. If you're not resonating with it, you're not on that frequency for that to resonate on that frequency, and that's fine. So, if people under the bridge come in, dwelling under the bridge dwellers, it's just because they're not on that frequency. So, it's not their fault, but I think I've entitled it is it the real school? The real school? Because there's a school that we go to, but there's a real school that we actually came into to learn lessons, and that is not the school that we go to as children. It's, the game that we came to play. But I'll just see if a few more people come in. I can't even see how many it says are in. On the other thing that I go on, it says how many. Oh, no, it's over there. I'm used to looking at it over there. And it's over there. It says 2 people. So I don't know who the second person is. But I'll just give it a minute or so and then I'll get talking, because I've wrote notes, but they just don't make sense. They are really ramping up, Alison. It's getting so good with a film that we watched yesterday, which I'll tell you about in a minute, which I've just forgotten the name. I'm sure someone can remind me of what film I said before. The something Bureau with Matt Damon in. Now I can't remember what it's called. Now I'm going to have to Google it. Unless anyone can remember. I forgot as well. 2011 film called, there is The Adjustment Bureau. I always forget what it's called. Let me write this down, because I'm going to say it again after and I'm going to end up forgetting. Think of that word, adjustment. Are we not all going through an adjustment at the minute? This was in 2011, people. 11, awakening number. I think there was a Q drop saying something about the Bourne Supremacy. Not that film. This film was really, really eye-opening, but nothing that I sort of didn't really know anyway. Because a lot of you, if you go and watch it and you haven't seen it or you can't remember it, go and watch it again and you'll be like, oh, yeah, it makes total sense. Because when me and 007 and Roxanne were watching it, the Globalist and I, last night through Skype, we were just like, you could tell we had it on mute, like we couldn't hear each other. We were all like, and then understand why things happen in your life. That's what I believe anyway. It's not going to be everybody's reality. And the people who normally come in who don't understand about reality and that we have been lied to on lots of levels are just going to go, well, it's just a film. Oh, it's silly. I'm sorry, my face is so like shiny. I can't help it. It's just like, oof. It doesn't matter how much, if I put foundation on, how much I put on to stop it from like looking shiny, it just doesn't. It's like a grease ball. It's just like this all the time. So yeah, I'm just going to get into it and talk. 7 in chat. There was 7 before. Right. So this is going to be mixed up. We know, a lot of you know how I do it. If it's mixed up and it all comes around in the same cycle anyway, well, I'll get to the end of it just the way it comes out. Oh, I've just lost something. Oh, have I? I need to find the card. Oh no, they're here. 3 cards that were left on the sofa because my son wanted to play with some cards and I've got lots of tarot cards, so I just give him these cheap ones, said you can have them. He put them all over the floor yesterday, and I just saw 3 on the couch, sofa, picked them up, and I was like, it's a bit of a coincidence, is it? Not. No such things as coincidences. So I'll go through the film, and then I'm going to go through something else and whatever. And I know I'm doing this early, so I don't expect a lot of people to be in chat, but people can catch up and comment later. I'm not interested in stupid comments, I'll just go. Because if you watch the Adjustment Bureau and understand how this reality works, of how I believe it works, you will see how certain things in your life, certain people in your life that come into your life, you know, when people go on about, I know it sounds weird, holograms or people that aren't real or empty souls, come into your life to try and put you off course of your path, your true path that you came here to play in this school of life. Not the school we went to as children, the game we came to play. And I'll talk about that again of someone else I've just seen today. See, all matching up today. I wake up, right, I'll go through the film, then I'll say who I woke up to today. You know, I see this person a lot, but what they were saying, I was like, yes. And I was made a moderator in their channel. So I thought, how? We're connecting now because we weren't connecting properly before. So the story goes, The Adjustment Bureau, 2011 film. Go and see it if you haven't seen it, and if you've forgotten about it because you've not seen it for a long time, please go and rewatch it again and look out in the background, because if I'd have watched this then and the whole Q stuff, I wouldn't have seen what I saw. And people are going, it's just a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. It's all put there. Everything's divinely put in place, you know, but we did get hijacked. So we'll go into that again. Hi, Double O. So yeah, we're watching the film last night. There was lots of things in it about 17, on Pier 17. The number 17 came up in so many different areas. Double O's in the house, he knows as well. We were watching it with Roxanne. Also, Double O, what did they call the guy? The chairman, you know, like as if you could say that was the divine or the higher up. His room was called the Donaldson. I mean, Donaldson. I'm not saying it's Donald Trump, but I'm just saying Donaldson. Yeah, spoiler alert, sorry, but I have to get this out. So yeah, I will just say spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it, but some people go and watch a film and they don't click onto it. So I'm going to spoil it. So yeah, thanks, Double O. So if you don't want a spoiler alert, then you're going to have to get past this bit. But if you're not really bothered because you might not see it, sometimes this is what I said about starseeds out there, whatever people want to call them. When we got the breadcrumbs off Q, the reason why it was given to the people is because we all have many different talents of seeing or perceiving things different. Some people don't see it. I need to go and watch that film again because we all saw it together, just to rewatch it again, because I know there'll be more things in it. We're going to be discussing this more on the Really Woke Show. Yeah, we will be discussing it, but I'm just going to put a little bit out there and then something I've seen today. So sorry for the spoiler alerts, but I have to get this out because some people miss stuff. So you've got 17. You've also got, I'm not doing all of it, I'm just saying a few bits in it. Donaldson. Donaldson. Yeah, okay. There was a point in the film where the guy went into a cafe to ask about a dance school. On the front of this building, this cafe, it said, you know, like had a bit of graffiti on it. Coincidences, I don't think not, or something like that, because there is no such things as coincidences. On the Q map, it says at the bottom near Palladian Guidance, because this is going to go into the chat with Palladian Guidance. It says, remember, nothing is random. Everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. Everything has meaning. When you watch that film, you will understand more. This film, I always thought like that. I have said before, time and time again, because this is going to go back into it. The Adjustment Bureau came out in 2011. Rewatch it with Matt Damon in it. Our mouths were on the floor. I've always thought, had a feeling that we were here doing something we were meant. Like I said before, like as if we're fallen angels. We came here to do something. We got distracted. We got set off course. That film is like that. I don't want to spoil all of it, so go and watch it. And it was really funny at the beginning because me and Double were like, oh, and Double was like, oh, maybe it's this. And I was like, no, I think it's meant to be, they're meant to find each other. I don't want to say too much, but it's there. We are in a school, this school on Earth to be tested. It's not the school we went to as kids, as, you know, governed schools. It's the school we came here to play. And it just made so much sense about my life, where I am now, why things have happened the way they've happened. Hi, Bernice. Why things have happened the way they've happened. The relationships I've got in with narcissistic people. Really narcissistic people. You know, really narcissistic people. Yeah, reality school. Our real school that we came here to play. Yes, it is a game, but like, for instance, narcissistic people I've dated, it's all to me, it was all to suppress me, to stop me doing what I came here to do, what we are waking up now to know. We're here to put a frequency out, yeah, to other people. The 444,000, which a lot of people talk about on the Georgia Guidestone, some say, oh, they're the ones they're supposed to be killing. Yeah, maybe they're the ones they were after, because I believe there's a lot in that of people waking up. Maybe the 444,000 are the starseeds. Maybe these are the people that are putting a frequency out to people, no matter if it's through YouTube. It could be me right now sending a frequency to you because people have said you put positivity out. That's what it's about. You could be on the streets doing something else. All the different ways that you do it. Is that what it is? I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it's funny how they'll say the Georgia Guidestones with this, that, and the other, they've got to cool the population of the world. They've got to bring it. Really? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Or is it so many starseeds or people who are coming to truth? It doesn't have to be the whole of this plane. It doesn't have to be everybody, because there is a game being played here, and it's the side that you choose to stand on. So not everybody's going to be in that game. And because of the blinkers they've put on us, we got distracted. We got slowed down. Like I said, I've had relationships where these people have come in. I've been quite happy, quite positive and shining and glowing. They've come along and they've brought me down. And they've stopped me from, I believe now, looking back in the past proves the future. Oh yeah, that makes total sense. Like, I can see, like, the people that were coming into my life, certain people, not everybody, because there's been great people always there, but there's people now coming into my life, 007, Roxanne the Globalist Denier, other people that I'm connecting with through this truth movement of Q, you know, the globalized that we're all coming to. We know that as truth because we have basically been lied to, and that's one of the biggest things anyway, is oh my God. You know, and I don't know if this is going to make sense to people. So anyway, I watched that film. I was like, oh my God, yeah, they're trying to stop us. People go on about twin flames. I see it as like, yeah, there's truth and lies in that, but they are trying to separate people from their true, what would you call it? I don't know, heart self, other partner, you know, because together you are stronger. Some would say finding that partner could be distracting. Not if you're on the same path. If you get with someone that's not, that's why I think so many people are splitting up these days. Did you get it on my goodness? Thank you for, you're very welcome. This is why I believe a lot of people are splitting up in relationships that didn't think they would be, because it's not a coincidence. It's like you're not resonating, you're not vibrating, you're not on the same frequency. If you're with someone who's not really believing what you're believing in, and they're off on they're watching the news all the time, I don't see how it's going to work. They've got to be awake to at least something, because together you are stronger. Apart, someone distracting you from the real truth that's going on, not the lies that is put on TV with the MSM and all this other stuff, because it's on YouTube as well. There's false messiahs out there, if that's what you want to call them. There's false star seeds, there's false, whatever you want to call them, new age people, there's false everything. That's why you've got to be careful. So that's how I see it. These will distract you, not always through fault of their own, if they're dumbed down anyway. But there are people out there also that I believe that are playing this game to take us down. So they'll act as someone else. They're actors in this game. That's how I see it. Friends being distracted by baseball, yeah, all that sort of stuff, sports and everything, because they think that's like real. People leaving jobs that they were once in because they thought that's what they wanted, but then they come to the true high mark, they come to the true being of what they want to do here. Like, I love my art. I think my art has a frequency. You know, the creativity side of what we were meant to do when we came here to play this game, maybe in an earth that was, someone said today, which I'll go into in a minute, about maybe this is earth where we came to have like a sort of sanctuary away from the wars between heaven and earth, good and evil, black and white, this, that, blah, 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 the game. Anyway, so I'm just going to ramble on like I do, because this is how it comes out. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. So I get up this morning after watching this brilliant film with 007 and Roxanne the Globalist and Aya. Please check the channels out, because they've both got channels on. They've both got the Really Woke Show meetup on there, and the Really Woke Show meetup is on the Really Woke Show channel as well, about the meetup in Stockport on the 17th. Yeah, 17th of August, where it's just basically a meetup. Woke means, you know, some people on flat earth, some people are into Q, some people are into all this other stuff, chemtrails, whatever. It's all connected. It's all same of the part thing, same thing, but we could all come together and maybe discuss it, meet each other in person, so you can see we're not, I just put it out there, holograms or anything else. We are actually real people with a real frequency for humanity. So if anyone gets what I'm saying, so I'm just saying, check that out. So I wake up this morning and I just tapped on my phone on YouTube to see what anyone was waffling on about this morning as I'm getting ready. Yeah. And the lovely Dave from Trinity 4, if you don't know his channel, he's a flat earther. I've been in his channel before. He's said a few things about Q and said, you know, I don't believe this. And like I said, it's all right, but it's all adding up. So he's, you know, I've come in and I've gone out, but I just watch him now and again. But he was on Roxanne the Globalist Deniers channel the other day. There's a link in the chat, by the way. Thank you. When he was speaking to her, saying that, you know, more and more people are coming to their truth, more and more people are seeing this. Some people don't want to say it on camera, blah, blah, blah. So I went in his channel this morning chat when he was in the car. I said I'd shout it out. And he was talking about, I was just like, yes, Dave. He was talking about Christ consciousness is within. Yes. The consciousness that's happening, people are waking up. Maybe he said something about, I can't even remember what he said now. Joining the dots anyway of this, you know, this game and things that are happening. And I was just like, yes, I've been saying this. And he said something about, what did I say I've been shouting out? I might have to go to his chat to just remind myself what I was talking about. Well, it was all connected anyway to what, if you listen to it, to what I've been saying, and a lot of us have been saying about everything's joining up. There's a lot of division out of there. You know, people are beginning to realise. No, I'm going to have to go over, because I think there was something in that I wanted to say. And I can't, just let me go and check, because I think there was something. I'll have to check what I actually said. Let me go over to Trinity 4. Have to mention black dot on your right cheek. Oh, it's just a beauty spot over a freckle. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. See, that's a freckle. Freckles, I've got freckles, if you can't tell. I liked Marilyn Monroe, yeah, and I know some people say, oh, she was MK Ultra. Yeah, haven't we all been? Just let me check it out. Tunisia is hot. Ah, my dad's in Tunisia. I bet it is, Dad. I'd be sweating. Right, so let me check what Dave said. Yeah, it was this morning. Polar shift in my beliefs. Polar shift. Hang on.
Talking about how Jews are at the moment. This book was given to me by Shamsi at Speaker's Corner on Sunday. I don't know if you saw that session. I know there was a lot going on at Speaker's Corner, so no foul if you haven't had a chance to see that.
Hang on.
Memories all alone in the night.
Hang on.
Just gonna
you got to listen to this though.
I actually wanted to record this.
Yeah, it is Dave.
And just fly it into the ether.
Ether.
Partly because I might get interrupted. I'm kind of working right now. So hello, and hey, Dolly. Great Awakening getting stronger. Yeah. I think you need a wrench.
Dave said, hey, Dolly, because I was the first one, and he went, oh, the Great Awakening, because I put the Great Awakening. I was like, he was like, oh, you need a wrench. Yeah, I need a wrench, because I'm on your side, Dave. I always was on your side. Because he used to poo-hoo the QAnon. Doesn't mean he still has to believe in it or anything. He doesn't. But what he's been saying today, if I can just find it, I was like, yeah, give me a wrench. I need a wrench. So hang on a minute.
Yeah, the Great Awakening getting strong. Energy, frequency, activity around us is actually invisible to us right now. But perhaps that steps up a level, and instead of it being 99%, it's 95% or 80% or something like that. A far greater percentage of available light, energy, frequency, activity around us is actually invisible to us right now.
That's what he was saying. So please check his channel out, because this chat this morning was great. I just had to get that in my head because I was trying to think, what was he talking about? I can't remember. Yeah, basically, the age of Aquarius, lifting the veil. He was saying, well, what if, and I've spoken, and 007 will vouch for me when I've said this, and I think I've said it on my channel, Project Bluebeam, yeah? Talk about that in a minute. He said, well, what if, well, he was sort of saying, if the veil's thin, which I do believe it is, what if these things are going to start coming in slowly, where you're seeing things, which we all know this is what's happening, and you're going to think it's some sort of alien thing, or that's a weird sky, or this, that, and the other, you know, like, oh, this is pretty scary. It's always been there. It has always been there. Could call it the kingdom of whatever. It's always been there, but those on the opposed side, let's say, have tried to hide it from us with chemtrails, this, that, and the other, hiding things that have always been there. And I said something about, I've spoke of this, doesn't have to be the whole, oh yeah, I said about the waking up and the 144,000, and maybe that's like the people that are waking up, and it doesn't have to be everyone, and I don't believe it has to be. Then he went into a bit of chat, so go and check it out, because it was a great chat off Dave this morning, about things that are going to start showing up that we're going to think it's weird, but it's always been there, but it's going to feel odd to us because the new world's coming in, the old is going. These things that have always been there, just because you can't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. I've said that with certain eyes, but people are beginning to wake up and start to see these certain things. If we're ascending, he talked about ascension, and I was saying what I think ascension is, because everyone might have a different perception on it. And I do believe we're ascending in frequency, like he was talking about frequency. We're moving up in frequencies. We're beginning to see, with these frequencies, brings things that you can see that aren't there. You know, that was sort of in the Adjustment Bureau film as well. 17 in the house, and 4, just talked about Dave, Trinity 4. Maybe moving from 3D to 5D, not 4D, because funny enough, on the Q map, above Pindar, which is above the New World Order, is 4th dimensional negative energy. So we don't want to be in the 4th if they're negative. We want to go straight to 5th. So hi to everyone in chat. I'm just not looking in chat properly at the minute because it'll distract me. And another channel I was watching was talking about Pleiadians again, Pleiadian guidance. The Hopi Indians talk about the Pleiadians, the star people. People think it's not real. Well, on the Q map, right at the beginning of the breadcrumbs, it says Pleiadian guidance, freedom, guidance, guiding us, not doing it all for us. We've got to do it ourselves, guidance. But also at the bottom of the Q map is, this is going to keep going back and forth because I'll forget things and then come back in again. You know how I work. Exclusive order, human rights abuse. Now, I also woke up to Dave Moore, the lovely Dave Moore, saying, have you seen Naughty Beaver's new vid? And I was like, no, I'll go and check it out, because I do like the Naughty Beaver, but there's some things I'm like, yeah, that little bit I don't like. But that doesn't mean I don't like a channel, I do. But it's like we say, not everybody knows everything. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. So there's bits in there I was like, I don't really see that. But yeah, I really resonate with the rest of it, which was about Pleiadians and coming to help and, you know, all this sort of ascension stuff. And Just let me have a look. That is the game that we're in. It's a school, like I've said. Yeah, like I've said, not the school we went to as children with the government and all that. The actual school we came here to play in this game. But I've said time and time again, this school got hijacked. If it is a sanctuary, which like Naughty Beaver was saying, from us to come into from time away from the wars in heaven and hell sort of thing, it was a sanctuary, but it got hijacked, which I've always said before. And even Q has mentioned Freemasons, and I'm going to go into that because we all shout the Freemasons out. I have before, but I do believe, and I've said this before on my channel way back, Freemasons, I do believe there's a section of Freemasons that work for negative entities, and I do believe way back it was a good thing. It was a good thing. And Q dropped, so I'm going to find it now. And it's funny how I was shouting that out the other day, and then it comes into fruitation like it always does when you're talking about something. Naughty Beaver was talking about Red Dawn. I was filming a Red Sky the other day, and the Lion Gate, which is really funny with the cards that were picked up today off Finn. Right, so one of the Q posts was, sinister components in most powerful organizations make Freemasonry great again. The clowns infiltrated it and have been abusing its is it heresy? I can't even say it, for far too long. Well, we know this. It wasn't all bad when people go, oh, it's all the Freemasons. No, they weren't all bad. I have said this way back, even though I've shouted them out, that they're not all bad. They got those entities got in there, that those people who stand not for the good got in there to take over. You know, everything's got taken off. That's why everything's a lie. And then it says underneath, most all-powerful organizations, as we know, because they're powerful, have sinister components. With power comes corruption, like alphabet agencies that we know about. Not all are bad apples. Should the bad spoil the bunch? Q. No, I don't think we should. And this is why we're saying, when people go on about the military and the government and they start crying, going, it's all the government. It's not all the government that are bad. It's not all the military that are bad. It's like Shadow. Yeah, the Shadow Man. Yeah, it's like the deep state. It's the Shadow. It's it wasn't set up to be like that, but they got in there because they saw a way of like, oh, this is how we can control the people. Like the TV and the reporters that are not standing on the good side and mainstream media, you know. Yeah, infiltration, exactly. And I've said this before, I've said it last year. This is why we got hijacked. The things that were there, like people going about, oh, government's so bad, we might not have government. Maybe we won't have a government in the way we knew it as today. But I believe when we first came here, it was set up for us, for the people, you know. So there were sort of different rules and things to the game, but they weren't to harm us like how it is today. Hi, Dave. The two witnesses are the red and the blue. Yeah, the blue Kachina. Yeah, we've talked about Kachinas before, haven't we? One guard said, yeah. And that's why I said, Dave, the Palladians has always been on the Q map at the bottom, but it says Palladian guidance. We've got to do this ourselves. That's why we've got to stand up for what you believe on, whatever side that is. If you're for the dark side, fair enough. That's what you're standing for, because I believe judgment is coming in the way of, I don't mean God on a cloud. That's an Archon thing as well. I think it's, you know, the truth comes out in the end, and it will all be seen dark to light, and you will be seen for what side you stand on. This is why I said about all these trolls that come in. You've got some that don't know what they're doing, fanfare, and you've been brainwashed. The ones that definitely do know what they're doing, all the bots, all this, that, and the other, I'm not really feeding your energy anymore. The thing is, when you come onto my channel, even if you're making stupid comments, you're putting a view upon my channel. You are feeding my energy because you're coming to me. I ain't going to you to your channel because I don't want to watch negative crap with negative energies and negative frequencies. I'm not putting my currency, my electric current into yours to give you more energy, because that's how I believe it works as well. When you lot come to my channel who are resonating, you're resonating in a currency, not money, a current. You know, think Tesla and energy, and we're building each other up and we're sending this out. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So don't get triggered by certain. This is why I said they go on about symbols will be the downfall. Yes, they will, but don't forget some symbols out there were ours in the first place, but they reversed them. Well, we're reversing them back up. we're taking it back. Or maybe we're getting some new ones, who knows? So, you know, so there is a divineness out there, and we are part of it. The globalists say they don't believe in God. They're atheists. Well, I'm sorry, there is a creator. Naughty Beaver had the video up of, I saw this, I think it could have been last year, I don't know, about the guy with the car with the white speckles that were on his car, and he saw something in the sky. But when he zoomed up to him, they were like Dr. Emoto's crystal, water crystals, light, yeah, beautiful. And then he didn't realise, but Naughty Beaver put it together. It's not like I say I believe everything Naughty Beaver's saying about the war coming, because I think we're in the war now that people don't understand. 7 years of war, I think we're already in it. Or he thinks people could die. I think, well, even if we're in it now, we're going to be in it for a few years with all this stuff. But that's why Q came to do what it did, to let people be aware and we know what's going on. But I will come into chat in a minute. Yeah, and he talked about Elon Musk. Yeah, and he talked, and the sprinkles or whatever it was. He then sort of didn't put it together, but Naughty Beaver did that. His son, the guy who did this video, you'll know what I mean if you go and watch Naughty Beaver's latest video. His son, really funny, because Finn came home with one, and I'll go and get it in a minute, planted a sunflower in the garden that was full of rubble. And I'll just go and get the one that Finn came home with. I need to plant this, because it's just funny how things I'm talking about and it's coming in. So we've got, yeah, it was about a sunflower. So Finn brought me this home from school the other week before we finished. So I need to plant it. But he was talking about sunflowers, and this sunflower, I don't know about the Fibonacci pattern, the golden, hang on, let me see if I've wrote it down. Because I write things down and I don't bloody read them. Hang on, it's over there. Hi. Hi. The Fibonacci code, well, the Fibonacci pattern, I should say, the golden ratio, and all that sort of good stuff. So he goes and plants this sunflower, and realizes the middle isn't round and it's not got the, like, well, one of them, someone planted one and it was like oblong. It didn't have the Fibonacci sort of spiral, obviously. But then when he plants it, it grows. The leaves are heart-shaped, and the middle of the sunflower is heart-shaped with the Fibonacci code. But what he didn't get was, yeah, they were corrupted. Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, they were corrupted, definitely. That's on the Q map as well. It's on the Q map. It says Jesuits. Yeah, it's on the Q map. I'll show you that after. But and what he didn't realise was this was the guy that the sprinkles fell on his car, like light, like divine light, like, I don't know what you want to call it. He wiped it off. He washed his car on his drive where this plant was planted, so that went into the earth. So when this flower, when these seeds, sunflower plant was planted, it's planted with this divine light. I don't even know what you want to call it. So the head of the flower was a heart, because that's what's coming in. That code, that natural, and maybe it's a new flower of life coming in, but it was a heart shape, if anyone gets what I'm saying. But if you actually watch Naughty Beavers, if you watch all of it, it's quite a long one. It was brilliant, that part of it. I loved it. I was like, yeah, because if that energy, that frequency of though that had fell from the sky, he'd washed it away, so it gone into the earth. So if it's affecting the earth in a good way, though, it's affected what grows there as well. So that means the earth's changing too. So that means the animals that eat the earth are not, you know, if anyone gets what I'm saying. The dust was 5D seeds. Yeah, exactly. And then can we look at the video of Michael Jackson, which we spoke about ages ago, and a lot of us have on YouTube? Can you feel it? He was sprinkling the earth with golden, I think it was golden glitter. I talk about the shininess. Glitter. There's like, makes sense to me. My grandfather was an engineer and he pressured him into joining the Masons. He actually thought it was a waste of time and quite stupid. He liked to stay home and invent machines. Yeah, Stardust. Yeah. And then you think of that film, Stardust. Was it Stardust? So it all makes sense to me. We are all stars. But are the star seeds here to wake people up? Well, we are. We are. So this is just, I don't even know how this is going to go because I'm just waffling. But what else? And it is funny when, you know, we talk about the Matrix and people go about the moon being, is the moon a hologram projector? I don't know, but it does make sense for Earth itself is not a matrix. The ground, that's real, but we've had a matrix put over us. So we can't play this game the way we came to play it, this school of life where we've come to learn lessons, going back to the Matt Damon film in 2011. I'm sparkling a bit. Oh yeah, you'll all be sparkling. What did I say it was called? Because I keep forgetting what it's called. The Adjustment Bureau. It's all there. You get tested in life off people, by people, of different situations that come, good or bad, because out of trauma, I've said this, out of trauma comes truth. Out of trauma, you will be put on your path, your true path, not the path that you get distracted by, because you'll start thinking, I don't understand. So through somebody's death, through a painful, you know, a painful relationship to me, I've said it before, it's still the same pain. Pain's pain, but it will wake you up. If you don't, the universe is always, whatever you want to say is always telling you, always showing you, always guiding you. When you don't listen because you've been distracted by something, celebrities and all this, and you know I've said this loads of times, it will knock you on the head harder and harder. You may have an accident, somebody may die in your families, you may come out of a relationship, and you know that pain is still the same pain. Some people go, it's not. Well, it is. That pain of someone dying, heart-wrenching, can still be the same as someone coming out of a relationship, heart-wrenching. It's still pain, it's still the same, but it will make you, normally it makes you, you know, you'll grieve, you'll do certain things, and then you'll realize and think, you know what, that taught me this, that brought me out of that. You know, if anyone understands what I'm saying, I know a lot of you do. Yeah, glittering like you've been glitter bombed. Exactly. And that's why I say about this, it's not good in this light when it shines. And I shouted out on someone else's channel the other day and it's coming up here. And it's just like, it was sunny this morning, but it's gone dull because it is raining. You can see it without, yeah, it's there now. Probably because I'm talking, because I do believe it's a frequency. I don't care what other people think, because it, like I said, it's a frequency. I started truly waking up when I got too ill to work. Yeah, it's like I said before, it's trying to take you out of certain relationships you shouldn't be in, certain people you shouldn't be around, certain jobs you shouldn't be in, because it's not your true path. Oh, sorry to hear about that. We lost a friend recently as well, and some other people I know have lost people, really. All this stuff going on at the minute, but I do believe, I see it like it's a teaching. Some are lessons, some are teachings. It will take you to rock bottom. You will grieve, but out of that grief, it will push you to something else, or to come to something else, or to realize something, but in a good way. It doesn't seem like it at the time, but like I was going back to before, I've dated narcissists, believe me. Whoa. But looking back now, I wouldn't have it any other way, because it made me do what I'm doing now, makes me talk about what I'm talking about now, makes me see that I wasn't following my true path of me, not you, me. It's like the same path, but a different way of doing it. Like, we all get woken up at different times, because like I said, it can't all be thrown out there quickly. It wouldn't work, because everyone would be in like chaos. Yes, there is chaos going on right now because people are waking up, but there are people out there who are awake, but that are not awake to beyond what's going on. Like this stuff that I do believe is coming in, that Trinity 4 was on, which was good this morning, about what's beyond the veil, things that we may start coming in. they're awake to certain things with the government, but think everyone in the government's bad. Everyone, you know, like even the Tommy Robinson thing, I don't mean that, but I'm just putting examples out of Yellow Vest. Yeah, there's all that, but they actually want you kicking off in chaos. It's not about we're not rising. That side want you to get violent because it does their job for them. It's about being aware and doing it in a different way. We don't have to get violent with it. I mean, if it boils down to it, yeah, but not, you know what I'm saying? Because they film all that and then make out it's the right side. I'm not saying left or right. I'm saying right or wrong because that's what it's about. Oh, you're welcome, Bernice. You're welcome. You will. So yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense because I'm like, and it all just comes out like blah 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 blah. But we're being tested to see what you will do when things are put in your path. You know, there's things that are put into your path that if you feel it, you'll know it's true. That's the way you're supposed to go. But there's also things put in your path from that side, entities, whatever you want to call it, that are distracting, that are not meant to be in your path. So which way do you got? They're testing you to see, or they got easily distracted by that one. We tried to bring you back again. You've got, and some people have gone right down that path, the other path. The path forks, good and bad. I think we'd all get there in the end, and that's why I believe there's a cycle coming where, you know, you can go that way, say that's the right way, and that's the wrong way. We all meet up at the top, but you will see what you did. You know, and then I think you'll ascend. But I think we're all ascending anyway. I don't think it's how it used to be. I think this was coming, and that's why they knew it was coming. They're playing so hard to distract people, you know, shilling, triggering, trolling, all this stuff. But going back to that film as well, you'll see a lot of things about Donald Trump, and it's like, do you not know why he was brought in? It's nothing to do with politics. It's nothing to do with politics. It's way beyond that. Yeah, socialism, Bernie Sanders, exactly. It's way beyond politics. That's just the front that's put up. That's just the illusion. People think I'm into it because I'm into Trump. It's like, no, Trump's part of something big. Q's part of something big. In the film, the Adjustment Bureau, I also noticed as well, you will see the dancer, they say something about her in a paper, and it says she took a quantum leap. A quantum leap. They're also, spoiler alert, by the way, but I just have to spoil it. The biggest thing in there as well is they had a tower. The chairman at the top was called Donaldson. Yeah, Donaldson. 17 was all the way through with the numbers. On page 17, they said no. And the biggest thing that I saw, if anyone knows about, I'm probably going to not say his name right, Max Spires, who, you know, the black goo guy who died. I've always watched them things about, there are portals out there, portals up above, portals down below, portals by doors. You go through different doors and they lead to somewhere else in different buildings. I used to hear ages ago about Trump Towers and different places with different portals to different, you know, sections of places. That's why that film you need to watch. And if you haven't watched it for a long time, go and watch it. Yeah, portals. Talking about portals, Naughty Beaver was talking about the Lions Gate. The Lions Gate. Well, just throwing this out there, Double O knows what happened yesterday. We're watching this film. I've got Finn asking for tarot cards. So I've got loads of them. So I just give him a pack, a cheap pack when you can have them. You know, he thinks it's a game of Snap, but he ain't going to match them because it's not a game of Snap. He chucks them all over the floor. We picked them up yesterday, but these three I found on the couch today. So let's see if this is a coincidence, shall we? Because nothing's a coincidence. So I picked them up, and this is what it says. Now, we all know we're uniting. We all know we're coming to unity. Not in unity how they want us to come to with the New World Order, because that ain't happening. That ain't happening. So, I mean, we know it's all about love. So check this out. 3 cards, 3, the number 3. This is what the cards say. I'm just pulling up what they say. Yeah, the Conservatives and the Democrats together, exactly. So, first card is the 8 of Wands, yeah? The 8 of Wands. Description. And I can't see chat at the minute. The 8 of Wands is depicted as 8 flying staves that appear as they are suspended in the air. some look at them as ones that are blossoming, because they've got bits of blossom on, that are blossoming, that are traveling at maximum speed. The background where they travel through a clear sky, that's very important, clear skies, clear water, clean water, clear skies in our ether, waters above, waters below, waters in between, whatever you want to call it, which represents that there is likely nothing that will stand in the way of these making it to their destination. It shows a majestic landscape. Now, I'm sure the majestic was mentioned in the film The Adjustment Bureau, because there's a majestic. So if you go and watch that film, you'll totally understand what I'm saying. Things beyond this realm. Majestic landscape with a river that is streaming, the water breathing life to the image. The ones also appear like they are about to land. Something's about to land, which signals the end of a long journey. We've all been on this journey. It's been so long. The cycles have been many, but I do believe this time it's different. Yeah, the film, and watch it again because it was brilliant. If you watched it ages ago and didn't see the 17 repeated in it, Q, Donaldson, lots of different things in there. Coincidence, it said on a shop, not coincidences. You have to look in the background at stuff. Which signals the end of a long journey. We've all been on this long journey. Oh my God, it's so long. That's why they're saying there's different stuff coming in, elementals, different things coming in to watch this for the first, this time, because it's very important. It's not just us ascending, it's rocks, animals, plants, everything's doing it together. So the next card was this. We're talking about the Lionsgate. This. I heard Lionsgate this morning. What's that animal at the top? Yes, it looks a bit odd, but I'm not necessarily talking about what this card means. I'm talking about two coming together as one. If you've seen The Dark Crystal, people say La La Land needs to come with the scientific and the what's beyond the veil sort of thing. Unity coming together, man and woman, because that's what it's about. Negative and positive being merged, as in being in balance. We've got the man and the woman, the divine and the masculine need to be coming in balance, because that's what's happening, because the divine feminine was suppressed. I don't care what anyone says, it has been suppressed for a very long time. I see that as more of the mystical, and the man more as a fact. The left and the right side of the brain is coming together. But I will just read this one. I know it's a bit shiny, and I will read a card out at the end. This card shows, this is what this description says. This card shows an image of a man and a woman that are exchanging their cups in a ceremony. There is a symbol of Hermes in between, which of often related to negligation, is it? I don't know, trade. Now listen, cosmic energy. It's all about energy, protection, proper conduct, and duality. The Two of Cups refers to something quite positive. Yeah. For this is one of the most, auspicious cards in the tarot for relationships, whether romantic, business, or otherwise. It suggests a new partnership is in the works, and it will be created with balance, which I've just said. Respect and honor above the conjugate. I can't say this. I don't even know what that says. It's the thing at the top above the lion's head, which symbolizes fire. And funny, because me and 007 were talking about that last night, that our sign was our thingy sign, fire. And passion also governs this partnership. But this is what I mean about the merge, the balance. So everything's about balance. And the Lionsgate, which if you go and watch Naughty Beaver, you'll understand that. And then the last one was, I mean, what a coincidence. The last one is the Lovers. Well, isn't it all about love? And I know, sorry, this is really bad, these cards, because they've got like a foil on them. The Lovers. And funny enough, in the film, The Adjustment Bureau, the lovers found each other, because I'll talk about that in a minute. The Lovers, which is number 6, says, I can't see anyone in chat at the minute, but that to me is, look, they've got a mountain in the background, rising above it all, raising your vibration, coming to the most high, the sun, merging again, man and woman, you know, this, that, and the other. But this card description says, in the Lover's card, the man and the woman in image are being protected and blessed by an angel above. The couple seem secure and happy in their home, because we were, till it got, you know, which appears to be the Garden of Eden. The fruit tree with the snake behind with the woman is referenced that story, which tells of humanity's fall into temptation, into the realm of flesh and sensuality. The angel depicted here is Raphael, the angel of air, ether, who is the same element of the zodiac sign that governs the card, Gemini. Air is associated with mental activity and communication. I was talking about communication because it's in the ether, consciousness, in particular, which is a foundation for healthy relationships. His blessing seems to give his card a sense of balance. There we go again, and harmony, because that's what's coming in. The symbolism, I can't even say that, of union. That's what I said before. Like this one, union. In a grand and, are you listening? In a grand and cosmic, which some people think is woo-woo, but it's not. Cosmic sense between two opposing forces. Well, boom. No shit, Sherlock. Two opposing forces. What forces? Negative forces and positive forces. The good and the bad. What side in history right now are you standing for? Are you standing for love, light, and truth, or are you standing for dark, disinformation, not a lot of information, that side? Now, this is what I said before when a troll came in. What side in history right now are you standing up for? No, I don't know what you're saying about military, but yeah, you got the proper military and the ones who got, you either get distracted, you either get blackmailed, you either don't care, you're not really bothered about humanity, you want to join the dark side, let's say. That's why me and Double O have been talking about the films we watched as kids. I was well into Star Wars, always into that thing where there was always the resistance and I would be part of it, like I am now. Some people be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it's either were you standing for the right side for humanity, every race, colour and creed, doesn't really matter, we're all one, or do you want to start, would you rather go with the dark side? That's your choice. It's not everybody's choice, because some people have been blackmailed, like I said before, this and never. What side do you stand for? You don't want people to speak out about truth. You're not wanting people to communicate. You know what? If you stand for that, and you're standing for mocking people's information, no matter how someone's trying to get it out, you stand for the dark side, because they don't want information coming out. They don't want truth coming out. So what side do you stand for? Oh, and I've got this on today that I made ages ago with a green stone, which I can't remember what it is. So it's earthy, you know? So what we all saying in chat, because I don't even know what I'm waffling on about. It's all just coming out as usual. But it's true. There's only love and fear. The dark is the fear. The light is love. But like Dave on Trinity 4 said today, which I love that chat today, and I'm a moderator in there now. So thanks, Dave. See, joining the dots is see, I just forgot what I said. What did I say? I'm so glad you told the story about the cards you found left out. Yeah, my son's gone to his dad's and I was like, where's he's left 3 cards out on the side? This is weird. Well, it's not weird because nothing's a coincidence. Yeah, what was I just saying then? I've just totally forgot. This is out. I go, I'm like, what? Hang on, let me go back. What people talking about? Remember Trump said he will never forgive Obama. No, because Obama and Big Mike, by the way, Big Mike as well. Remember, he never forgive him. He wasn't even talking about Obama. He was also talking about Big Mike Michelle. Because remember, it's Big Mike. Him. He depleted the military. Depleted it. And don't forget, folks, when Trump talks about the wall, it doesn't necessarily mean he's talking about the wall. You know, is there a wall to keep entities out? I'm just saying, you know, think outside the box, folks. But yeah, unity. Yeah, unity. Some people think out there on the dark side that unity stands for, oh, you're uniting because you want a one world order. No, that's not what it's about. That's what they say it's about. So going back to Project Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam, I see it now as, I do believe there's entities out there. I do believe there's things helping, as in Pleiadian guidance from different consciousnesses, whatever, wherever it's coming from, out that way, whatever. And they knew, those that got in other places, you know, like the Freemasons that started off good and got in there, they knew that side, the dark side, let's call them, that this was going to happen, that a majority of the 144,000 were going to wake up, or whatever you want to say. So they had to put things out years ago about certain things that people followed, like Nibiru, or I don't know, this, that, and the other, and Project Bluebeam. All I think of Project Bluebeam is, yeah, I see it as that's what you put out then. So when you see something in the sky, because who knows what's beyond the veil? I know people are seeing things. Doesn't mean it's human like us, even if it's an energy. People going about plasma, the sky's pattern is something different, because I do believe we will see something in the end. I don't know when, but people are already having contact in many different ways, frequencies and stuff. Is, yeah, thanks, I'll write that down, is they put that out there. In me, my perception of things, don't have to be yours. My perception is they put this out ages ago because they know what's going to happen. You know, prophecies and stuff like this, what was going to happen. Of course they do. So they put out Project Bluebeam over years. So people think when you see something or something comes that doesn't quite link in with what we've been taught, but let's face it, we've been taught lies. We've been taught to fear. So if we see something, it'll be like, oh shit, it's Project Bluebeam. It's not even real. Go in your house. It's not real. It's like, I mean, they could do a Project Bluebeam, don't get me wrong, like a fake alien something or other. But I do reckon there's a real one, because I do believe, I feel energies. If anyone gets what I'm saying, I don't even know if I'm getting this across well, but they knew they have to put shit out there to distract, to make you think it's something else. Like the FEMA camps, everyone's got, you know, I knew someone who used to go on about the FEMA camps all the time. Oh, New World. I said, you lost in the New World Order shit. She didn't win. The FEMA camps now are for the people like MS-13. They have to hold them somewhere at some point till stuff goes on. That isn't happening. That isn't happening. And Naughty Beaver talks about the human rights. It's all about human rights abuse. Well, guess what's at the bottom of the queue map? What they were going for was human executive order, I can't even say, of human rights abuse. Pleiadian guidance goes all the way to the top. Like I said, the Vatican, Catholicism, I can't even say, the Jesuits. It says the Jesuits, Society of Jesus, but it says, got an arrow saying God's soldiers. But then something got in there and it's pointing to the Pope, because we all know Pope Francis isn't good. So they're masking as something like, apparently there's rumours going around about what's she called, Teresa, what's she called, person died in Wales or whatever, the bloody, what's she called, Mother Teresa. And people get triggered. It's like, look, people, there's people, I'm not saying shit, I'm just saying there's people posing as good people. They're not. You only have to look at someone's energy, aura, whatever you want to call it, eyes. Are they full of light and energy, or are they, them Democrats, have you seen them? To me, they're not full of light in their eyes. They're not full of love. They're not full of you know, when someone says you're glowing and you're full of, like, I don't even know what the word is, just full of love and light and truth, you will glow. If someone's very dark and their eyes are very dark, I don't mean the colour because you've got brown eyes, I just mean dead, not glowing, the skin's dull, as I would say, like, not just, I don't know, it's like what you can see people that their energy's not glowing, I should say. I'm not necessarily talking about your skin. Energy, you can see people's energy, you can see your aura, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Thank you. Well, saying that, it is all about awareness. A lot of the awareness I came through from Q, not just from Q. I've been aware to certain stuff as a child, elementals, always been into fairies, always been into things beyond the veil. That some people say, oh, it's woo-woo, you're a bit daft, you're off with fairies. That's why everyone said you're off with the fairies. Hence why my channel's called Dolly Daydream. They try to take away your daydreams. They try to take away your dreams. They try to take away your imagination, your essence. That's why they're going for the children. That's why they're pumping all the stuff about transgender on younger and younger children. They don't need to know about that. They should be playing outside in the dirt with nature, catching bugs and doing all that stuff you used to do. Yeah, not all this shit, because, you know, but Q did bring me to other truths that matched up with the truths that I knew as a child, so it matched, and brought me down to flat earth. Don't know what the model is, but it ain't what they say. That it's not what they say we're living on is not what we're living on, because they lie about everything. It could be a sphere. Anyway, it could be a Taurus. I don't know. I'm not claiming that, so I'll just put that out there now. But what I'm saying is, yeah, their games are being exposed. We came to play a game, but we came to play a sanctuary game, I'd sort of say it as. But they didn't want that. They saw a time that they could control us so we can be their slaves, this, that, and the other. That's why I'm sick of sides and religions and different people from different races and cultures going on about, well, when we were slaves and the white people and white supremacy, and then you've got that side going, and when are the black people? It's like, or the Muslim and the Jew. It's like, hello, we've all been enslaved. Yeah, we've all been enslaved. Like I keep saying, there's good Jews, there's bad Jews, because there's real Jews and fake Jews. Yeah, there's good Muslims and bad Muslims. There's fake ones of those. There's good Christians and bad Christians. So if there's entities as well, there's probably good and bad of them as well. So I don't get what you get people in Speaker's Corner, all different down there, going on about this, that, and the other, fighting over religion, who's God's right and who's God's wrong. It's like, have you woken up yet? We're all part of one. It's to divide. You've got false prophets and false gods going on under different names and stuff. Sorry, but that's how I see it. I am not religious, but I believe in the Most High. I believe in the divine. I believe in, some people call it God. I don't even know if that's the right name, but I just like to call it the creator, or creators. Who knows? But this is what I'm saying about people who will think they're awake to certain stuff, but they're still fighting and arguing. For example, in the UK, down in Speaker's Corner, and it gets violent down there. And I've seen stuff, I don't need to shout names out down there, where people are goading people. Those people are walking off because they're bigger. You know, they don't need to do that. They know they don't have to do that, but these people do that, and all they go on is back and forth ping pong. My mum's bigger than your mum. My dad's better than your dad. It's like, hello, do you not see how you're being divided and you're hating on each other? And then the people around you watching that go on, that follow you, are hating on them people, and the hate goes on and on and on. And then free speech becomes hate speech, and that's how it goes on. They're not waking up to that fact. They think it's, you know, the white man enslaved all. And no, you've all been enslaved by something much beyond what you see it to be. So, you know, keep dividing. This is what I say about the Q thing with Trinity 4. I used to shout out about that. It's like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't, but give me a wrench today. You may be putting a few dots together of like, it's our plan, our truth, our love and our light that we stand up in. That's part of Q as well. It's only another means that try to help people to wake up, you know. And some people think, I've said this before, that Q only came out 3 years ago. Oh, it can't be a plan. The plan's been in the plan for ages. Me and 007, same birth. I've said before, you look back at Trump years and years back when he was younger, what he was saying, not what mainstream media say he was saying, and certain places say he was saying, because they're part of that side. Two forces. It's a chessboard. He's a, fifth dimensional chess player? What do people not get? It's a game. White and black. What do the white and black stand for? Duality. Well, there's good and bad. People say it's not. Well, it is here in the 3D. That is what it is. It's a game we're playing. But which side do you choose? Do you want to be a dark knight or do you want to be a white knight? Do you know what I mean? But they want to divide. But if you actually go back in time, past proves the future, and look at what certain people were saying, you will realise they know where all these doors and portals going on. We've been told about before, time travel. Trump's uncle had Teslas. Notes, people. What did Tesla have? Cloaking devices? Was it time travel? People think that science, like, the word's not coming out. Sci-fi films and fantasy films are all not real. That's your consent saying it's not real. Well, it is. There's truth in it all. There's truth in it all. It's beyond our imagination. I don't want you using your imagination, because your imagination is very powerful. Very powerful. I've been a while since I watched live. So I don't know what you all think. I don't even know if thank you, Revolution. I don't even know if I'm making sense, because I'm always like, blah, blah, blah. But I know what I'm trying to put across. And this is why people will think, oh, you know, I've had trolls come in, people that like me before I was talking about this. You're racist and all this, you like Trump. It's like, do you not get what's going on? You never said anything that was racist. You just said, if you don't like America, go. You know, all this stuff, but they're not. These are the people that can't see. They're blinkered so much. Maybe these aren't the 144. I don't know. We're trying to help, but they say they don't watch mainstream media, but they do. And they don't see what's going on. They don't see that every channel around this realm hates Trump. Why? What did Trump know? What was Trump seeing? What did he have to put into the plan to see, to catch these people out with other people in the alliance all over the realm? We are part of the alliance because we are just normal people seeing what's going on and reporting back and putting things together. And that's why I said that is why Q dropped the crumbs to bake the bread at the end. It's in the oven and it's being baked and it's about to come out. By the way, it's Wednesday today. D-class. It's going to be rolling out for a few years, folks. You know, it's not just like ping magic. It's there. All this stuff's coming with all the stuff beyond the veil as well. But they had to drop it. Someone said to me once, well, why didn't they just put it on TV? Are you serious? Do you really think they were going to put Q drops on MSM when they're part of it? No, but they had to get it out there to some people, you know? So, because, as I said yesterday, and I keep saying, you all have different talents to see different things. Like, I can watch a film and see a few things. Double O will watch it, he'll see something else. Roxanne will watch something else. We'll all discuss it and go, did you see that? I have to go back and watch it after. Because we all see and feel different things, but when we all put it together, working as a team, you see the bigger picture, what's beyond all that. And like I keep saying, don't be fooled by certain channels that are all new age and they say they're all spiritual, because there's some out there, they got in there as well, you know, they got in there. Technology and spirituality, you know, they got in everything they could see that was a good thing. They got in there to take it off on a different course of your path, to steer you away from your divine path. That, like, we had our minds wiped when we came here, you know. If you knew what your sorry, I'm not looking at chat in a minute. If you knew what your birth chart, real star chart sort of thing that you came here to do, you know, when you pass, when you go, when you leave this earth, whatever, you wouldn't probably do half the stuff you do. You probably wouldn't want to go through the traumas to wake you up. So it's easier to have it wiped, in a sense, if you think about it, than knowing what you were going to do when you came here, because that'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? But they like to steer you. If they know, they want to steer you away from that. They can't steer you properly. They give you distractions and things, you're with celebrities and that, because you have free will. Not the free will they tell you, but you do, as in your own divine birth path. They want to steer you from it, sort of thing. I can't even explain what I'm talking about, but I know most of you resonate. You know, you won't get notifications because that's what they're doing to everybody on YouTube. Doesn't matter if you've got a big channel or a small channel, they don't like you talking about stuff. We have many connection problems with 007 and Roxanne and things that we try and say and then it doesn't come out of our mouth and all this stuff. Oh, thank you, Queen of Swords. I just say it as yes, I collect information from different channels, but not from different channels, because some people just sit there going, oh, it's because you're watching this, that, and the other. The reason why you resonate with a channel more than another is because you're getting, you know thyself and you know it's true. You're resonating. Going back to films I used to watch as a kid, like me and 007 was saying, I've always been into Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all that sort of what people class as fantasy, as things with, there was an alliance, the resistance, something fighting against evil. If you want to put it out there, people can laugh, but that's what's going on. There's a cycle. We're winning at this time because they took over. And that goes back to the bottom of this chart again on the Q map, is The exclusive order, human rights abuse. We know about all the abuse that's going on with kids, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 which, you know, that's being stopped and that won't be going on for our future. But it's human rights as us. What we came here to do, it's an abuse on us. You have tried to steer us in a direction we're not supposed to be going in, not playing our game right, not playing our star chart game right. I don't even know what you call it. Right. Hi, Roxanne. Not playing it in the way it was intended. Please go and watch The Adjustment Bureau. Even if you've seen it, go and watch it again and look. It's an abuse on us. Humans, or if we want to say we're star beings and we came into a human experience, it's an abuse to us. It's still abuse. We're not being let to be led to our true divine self of our path that we came here to do. They're trying to stop us. But this is the thing of Q has many different things in the Q drop. Doesn't just mean one thing, many different. They can't stop what's coming. It's happening whether they like it or not. With us and Earth, Mother Nature, everything. It's ascending. Whatever you want to call it, it's happening. They can't stop it. They knew they couldn't, but that's why they're trying to cause different fractions going off, different fake things going off, shootings, all this thing they've put out there, weather weapons. You think that's nuts? Well, it's not. It's not. They have used these devices. If anyone thinks that technology is a new thing, it's not. Look at the pyramids way back. A lot of us started there. Energy conductor, whatever it was, electric, we're all electric, everything, you know, water, used water, because we're water too. Can't explain it, but I know what you're talking about. They have tried to distract us, but like I said before, they can't stop what's coming, and they knew it was coming. That's why they tried to distract us so hard. That's why the lies are on lies on lies on lies. Say hi to Roxanne and 007 in the house. But this is what it is. And that's why Roxanne says the globalists denier. We're denying the globe lies. They lie about everything. So when people come into my channel going on like, it's like you really do need to wake up to a reality that. That's why I say nothing shocks me no more. You can't come to me and say, did you know such and such a body was, did you know such and such a body? Oh, this thing going on now about Mother Teresa. Whatever. Nothing surprises me. It wouldn't surprise me if Trump is a Palladian. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. This reality that they said we're in is not the real one. The school you went to as a child, government school, is not the true school we came to. The school we came to here on Earth is a place for us to come and do what we wanted to do, be taught lessons, but not in the way they're doing it. They're just covering it up. So we get lost and we become their slaves, so they get richer and we get poorer and all that stuff. We came here for a sanctuary place. We came here to bring our dreams in. We came here to live in love, basically. The cards that my son had out on the couch, sat on today, says it all. Says it all. Basically, these two cards as well. Love was the last one. They're a bit tiny. Unity to coming together. The Lion's Gate at the top. What side do you stand on in history right now? This history will be talked about way. You'll be reading it to your kids. So which side are you standing on? I know where I stand. Never fell off the plan. You were meant to be right where you're meant to be now, depending on whatever side you're playing on. But at the end of the day, what side do you stand on for history right now? You know, there's a lot of people that are going to realize they were playing for the dark side and they didn't even know, and they're going to jump back onto the right side. But, you know, so saying that, because I'm waffling now and probably have missed a load of stuff out, I'm going to pull a card anyway. But the cards were the Eight of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Lovers at the end. We're going back to love. We're going back to unity. See the mountain in the background. I see that as rising higher, you know, rising higher with our frequencies, the ascension, whatever you want to call it, going back to light, going back to God, going back to love, going back to the center, going back to what we were really here to do, to tend the Garden of Eden, which is Earth, whatever. I'm just waffling. That was beautiful. So Dolly, I knew what was beautiful. What was beautiful? Sorry, I'm not. We're not paying you to chat on the live streams. What? I don't even know what anyone's saying now. I said didn't, and there was one turned over. Remember? Oh yeah, I was doing cards yesterday, and when Double O was thinking about it, it flew out. Yeah. See, we have all their powers as well. That clairvoyance, all the different clairs, which I said I'd do a chat on, which I haven't. Just seeing if I've not. Oh yeah, because it's all about keeping the peace, and Naughty Beaver was going on about that peace on earth and all that. Melania has said that Trump is doing that. He's making deals. He's not making wars, and that's a fact. So if people who are sleeping cannot see that he's not making wars, yet mainstream media trying to say that he's making wars, he ain't making wars. He's cutting deals, so there's peace. There's peace. There's got to be peace. All the fake nuclear weapons, say the Pleiadians came in, said that can't happen. It destroys everything. But you don't have to believe all that, but I do. So let me go and get some cards. I'm just feeling quite high in energy today, so you know. So I'm going to do shadow and light because, dark to light, folks. And I think that's what Trinity 4 was saying today as well. You've just mentioned a lot of things like dark to light. I was like, this is what Q talks about. Some people don't see it as real, but it is when you actually research. But it's okay. Can't stop what's coming. I mean, the only thing with Naughty Beaver is I do like his channel, but some things, like I said, everyone doesn't know everything. It goes on about the war and bloodshed. We've been having that. I think that's why other things have come in to stop that. I'll stop most of it anyway, And he did show the film, The Avengers. I can't remember when people just disappear and go into dust. Maybe they're the people that stand, I don't know, that just haven't come to truth and they just disappear into a different, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Indeed, Dolly, nukes aren't permitted. It won't be allowed. No, and we've seen a lot of films where they've been denuked because they're not allowed, and they can't, because I do believe in other realms and different dimensions, and it will affect that as well, because the universe, we are part of everything. So if everything's part of everything, part of these consciousness, part of these beings in different dimensions, people go on DMT and all that, it will harm everything, so it can't happen. So things that aren't supposed to help us as such, they come in. That's why it says on the Q map, Pleiadian guidance. There's a difference. It's a guidance. When people say, oh, people go, do you think aliens are coming? Do you think different beings are coming to help? No, we're doing it, but they're guiding it. Guidance. You could call it a divine guide. Guidance. It's a guidance. It's a guidance. Which, when I said go and watch the Adjustment Bureau again. Oh my God, I'm going to watch it again. Go and watch it. You'll understand everything I'm talking about. So just saying. So let's do a card. So I'll do this one and some others. So let's just see. So yeah. Sorry, I've not really been looking at chat because when I'm on one, I can't get distracted, remember, because that's why trolls come in chat, to distract you from what you're talking about, and then you forget what you're talking about. You're not all trolls, but you know what I mean. So like I said, Pleiadians is on the Q map. Pleiadian guidance. Feel like you've been in church. The right one though. Go out in nature. Good. Just wondering if. Yeah, not man-made church, you know what I'm saying? Not that one. Because like they're saying, those things that came in for Earth, for the people of Earth, say like religion, I don't know how to say it, were put there for you, but that got people in, and then they came into the church, and sorry, I've got food on my teeth now, lipstick or something. Sorry about that. Like we said before, the Freemasons, they got in there to move people off or dumb people down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that you can't have that belief. They just did get in every place possible. That's all I'm saying. What am I looking for now? Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to see if you can see in this light if anything's going. I don't know. Middle of the hand. Can't normally see it when I do this. I don't know if it's showing up or not. Let me get it in focus. Focus. Don't know if you can see it, but I can. It's really hard to get on camera. Did anyone see that? Anyway, I just sit and watch it at night a lot. Go to ZJ. Yay, frequencies. So let's see what comes out. Thank you. Also, before a card jumps out, this picture, I'm thinking about this picture. Now, this picture is nowhere finished, but I was thinking today, before I go, after these cards, is I'm talking about, Naughty Beaver's talking about the guy with the sprinkles. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch the video with the guy on his car and see. It reminds me of Dr. Emoto. Yeah, you know, the crystals? And I've done that experiment twice on YouTube, so I know it's real. And then when I painted this picture that is nowhere near finished, but do you remember? And I'm thinking, yeah, why was I painting this picture? Because are these the sprinkles? These look like snowflakes. Dr. Emoto. I'm like, oh yeah. What? Why was I doing this picture dark? These things that look like, I don't know what's supposed to be snowflakes, snow orbs, sprinkles. I don't know. And I don't know why I was doing these. It was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Though this picture isn't finished because I just do it a little bit at a time. But yeah, so I don't know. Thank you. So I'm just going to read these cards and then I'm going to go because I've got to speak to Roxanne and Dolly after, I think, and Dolly, double O, and I've got friends coming for tea. So let me do some of these. Is King just gone? Someone just gone? It's double O going. Bye, double O. Catch you. That wasn't that was me not holding my cards properly. Can't read all them out. Let's just say we're only asking for one, so hang on. Right, let me concentrate. See, I got Cali the other day, which we are coming out of Cali, you know. Cali energy. Oh. We've got Angel of Time. So all been about the right timing. 40. And I think Trinity 4 said as well, not sleeping. None of us sleep. Like you said, those who know don't sleep. You don't say. Catch you in a bit, Dulster. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. If not, I've got friends coming around tonight for tea, so it might be later on. Later on. Right. Divine message I'll go into. Time for a bake. A bake. Oh my God. That's because I've been baking for 2 days. Time for a break for mechanical, technical work is needed. Please take breaks from electronic devices. I have been doing. You need to. Like computers, cell phones, and even iPods, clocks, and watches. It is time to simply rest in nature's embrace. Our church. Swim in the ocean, float in a lake. Water. Walk in a forest, meditate in a cave, camping, hiking, and gardening would be of most benefit at this time. Of course it would. Grounding. It's time to unwind the tightly coiled springs and detach from the mechanics of the deadlines and immerse yourself in nature's time and truth. The angel of time tells you to do this now. So that to me is saying, well, what it's saying, go and relax out in nature, take yourself away from the devices, and go and ground, basically. I was doing it the other day. I was out in the garden. I took my shoes and socks off. I put my feet to the grass. I was thinking things, you know, I was putting messages out. I was chilling out. I was watching the skies, this, that, and the other. So please do that, because if you do that, Mother Nature is a form of medicine. And if you're feeling anxiety, down, anything, it will lift you back up, because she is a part of us. So I can only take very short breaks from devices, but wasn't it? Well, even if you can, just make sure you get out there on little breaks in nature and ground, because it is a form of medicine. It is a form of medicine. It's the frequencies and the energies in and around us, especially outside in nature. I'm going to do The Universe Has Your Back. Yeah, Maggie, there have been people and circumstances leading us for years to see the truth. We just ignored them. That's what I've been saying. That's the whole thing I've just been talking about, and the whole thing in the film. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon in from 2011, folks, that's what it is. You get distracted, or you don't see it. You get knocked on the head with a really big trauma of whatever that trauma is to wake you up into, hello, we've been showing you. We've been putting the signs out there, because don't forget, the signs out there written on things, what people you might hear someone say, it's all out there. You will get sent to something on YouTube. People go, say hi. It's not all that. You're getting sent somewhere because you resonate with something for a reason. I can look at a load of YouTube videos. Some will be saying stuff that I'm into, but I won't resonate with them, their energy, or something they've said in it, or I'll take snippets, because hiding in plain sight, exactly like you was always said. It's there. Everything's there. That's hiding in plain sight messages for you, and their crap is hiding in plain sight as well. It's all there. Darwinism and false science. Yeah, Darwinism, exactly. The Darwin theory is a theory. It's not a fact. And people go, oh yeah, well, Darwin said, oh right, Darwin said it's a theory. It's not a fact, it's a theory. So hello. That's what people will quote, a theory. Well, I've got my own theory, thank you. So you know, because you do know. Need a card. And a lot of the Q drops sort of was showing up tarot cards in meaning of tarot cards, because tarot cards it's a story, but they turned it into a sort of game. Whoa. Right, the first one I turned over, I'll show you, because we actually got this yesterday, and if Double O was here, he'd tell you. There's loads just fell out. I'll read them all out, but it's the last one. It's the first one I've just turned over. I got this yesterday, so I know it's what I was the main one. So I'll just read these out anyway, and then I'm going to go. They won't even ask Trump who Q is. Yeah, they won't ask who Q is. They know who Q is. They know what Q is about. Someone will ask it at some point, but they daren't. It's like, come on, I'll ask. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. The universe works fast when I'm having fun. That's why they don't like you having fun. They don't like you doing anything. Your heart wants you to do. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Yeah, because that is all about cutting cycles. I've talked about that before. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Dark to light. You can't have, like Dave was saying, like we all know, dark to light. You can't have dark. You can't have light without the dark, and light without the dark. But coming from the dark and seeing things that are dark will bring you to the light. I've always said, hope is a conduit for miracles. Because you're putting it, to me, you're putting an intention out there, you're putting a belief, and you're putting a frequency out there. So when people go, oh, Trump's the other side of the coin, it's just because it wants to put you in hope. No, it's if you go look into it properly, you'll realize what it is actually all about. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Bam! Doesn't that just not say it all? Yeah, love is an action. Thank you. Love is an action. Love is an action. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So I've had people going on at me and I've got angry with them. I'll admit I've got angry with them. I can be a bit passive aggressive. But my happiness, you won't take my happiness because I have faith in the all of everything and we are everything. So if I have been angry with people in the past recently on the phone or whatever, oh well, you're trying to dumb that down. You're going on about New World Order crap that I'm not interested in because that is not my joy. That is not what I see coming in, if anyone understands what I'm saying. Nah, no thank you. No thank you. I recognise that I have chosen fear and I choose again. No, I recognise that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. We did choose fear in the past. Look, the sun and the moon. We did choose fear because that's what it was all about. That's what TV do. They do everything to put you in fear. Don't do this. Don't do that. Oh, don't speak up. Blah, 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 blah. But then you come to the lies and you see the truth and then you think, do you know what? I choose again. I choose love. That's why some people, like I said, who've been blackmailed, who've been deceived, will, not the total evil ones, as I like to call them, will choose again and they will come and they see this breaking down, which is what's happening. That's why people are flipping on. They say black cats are turning white. They're not in, the controllers are not in control. It's breaking down. So they will choose again in this game and they will choose love because that's what it's all about. That's what the card pulled out at the end that my son was sat on. These cards that he left out, 3 cards were left out. And that was the one at the end. The lovers. See it as love. Basically. What can I say? Someone will come on my channel. It's all a coincidence. No, it's not a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. It's divine. It comes with the divine. Like you said, when will it, I don't even know what the quote is, when will it mathematically become impossible? I don't even know what the saying was. It's like, yeah, what? Everything's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. That's a coincidence. Really? It's all a coincidence in the big scheme of things. I don't think so. If you know how it works, when I say to people, go and research, but people don't want to, but people are still connecting the dots, whether they're into Q or not, because I believe Q is part of the divine intervention, the entity intervention. I don't know what you call it, but it's part of the whole and everything. That's all I'm saying. Stonehenge, yeah, them energies, ley lines, energies in the earth, energies above, as above, so below, as within, so without. I don't know, you know? So we're speaking up for what we believe in. We're standing up with our light. That is why they're trying to censor YouTube and every platform going, because this platform is part of them. But they didn't think this would happen. They thought they were going to use it, because they have done, to dumb people down, especially children, because children watch all the big, I'm not saying everybody, the big, massive YouTubers, the celebrities that go on YouTube, following them, what they're buying, let's distract you away from it. Oh, God, we don't want you looking at that stuff beyond the veil. Oh, no, come over here and buy this new makeup and, oh, look at this and look at that. Blah, 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 blah. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about crap. Let's put a trend out there because we all want you. Do you remember when the trends were going around, like kids were burning themselves with lighters? So everyone started a trend of I've seen that. Kids were, you know, setting all these crappy trends off, distracting you with Snapchat and all that shit because they don't want you looking at other stuff. Just saying, that's what they're doing. Distracting you from looking at other stuff, the real stuff beyond the veil, you know? I'm just saying. So anyway, I'm going because I've got a friend coming soon for tea, probably speak to Roxanne. Hopefully I'll see. I don't even know what day it is. See, time is just like, I don't know what day it is. I never know what day it is anymore. So I'm just saying, when you resonate with a channel, please go and check out Naughty Beaver's last one. Some of it was a bit like, yeah, I don't see that happening because I don't know if he talks about Q, so I don't know if he knows there's an alliance in helping against certain stuff and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of it was like, yeah. You need to really go and watch the film, The Adjustment Bureau. And yeah, and sorry if I'm talking fast. This is me. This is how I am. When I'm really on one and all this stuff's coming through, this is how I am. So sorry about that. So if anyone puts any stupid comments in, I'm not really bothered because like I said before, one thing I will tell you that I believe is when someone comes to my channel, you are feeding my currency, not money. If you want to make a donation, you can. You know, I've said this before. It's not that though. It's a currency, as in a donation of currency of energy. Current. Tesla, think of Tesla. One was fake and one was real. Tesla's was real. Edison's was fake. He was a killer. He killed animals. It's an energy. You're bringing energy to me through your lovely words and your lovely support. Don't really have to bother anymore with the trolls. I've got to get used to that. I'm not even going to give my energy to you. But what you trolls have got to realise is when you come on my channel, putting your little comments on and coming in so many times in live chat, you're giving me views. You're feeding my currency in my channel. So keep doing it. But I ain't going to play ping pong with you lot anymore. Just know that you're feeding my currency. If I was feeding yours, I'd have to engage. That's why I've got to stop. Or if you have a channel, I'll have to come over there. A lot of people who are trolls, some of them have channels. They won't get up there and show their face and stand up in what they believe in, will they? No. So who are you and what side do you stand for? That's all I'm saying. Thank you. Well, I've always come on YouTube to be positive. I want people to be positive and to raise the vibration and to realise certain things and to just keep going. I'm off skis, another day's slavery over. Much love. Oh, thank you. Is to just keep pumping it out there. You've got to stand up in your truth. You've got to talk truth when you go out there. Lift other people. Trolls are trolls. That's what they're there for, even if they know it or not. But they are feeding my currency every time they come over it. Because what I will say is, yeah, downloads is if you're resonating with someone's channel, you're resonating. If someone comes over here, I've had people that used to watch before. They don't like me anymore because they think I'm a bad person. They think I'm a bad person. It's only because of Trump haters. That's all. Well, stop coming over. Go and resonate with the crap that you resonate with. Because obviously, if you ain't in the light, you're looking at something else. Go and resonate. Maybe that's the wrong thing to say. But anyway, resonate somewhere else. You're not resonating because you're not on this frequency. So you won't be lifting yourself up in a certain frequency because you're into something else. So stop coming over here saying stuff if you ain't resonating. I've got someone coming in lately. I'm not going to say the name. Who keeps going on about the stuff we're talking about with Q and the children, saying that I'm not helping the children, I'm not doing this. Did you know SM lies? Did you know about it? No shit, Sherlock. All your stupid comments, I've removed you anyway. All your stupid comments is no shit, Sherlock. Do you think we don't know that? I don't have to talk about every nitty gritty thing, but like no shit, Sherlock. But you don't like my channel, but you're coming over. So why are you coming over? You're resonating with something, you know? So if you don't like me, stop coming over and feeding my currency because it's an energy you're giving to me. Yeah? And I'm just going to slap you back with some positivity because these sides don't like positivity, you know? If people think I'm an evil person, you only have to look into my eyes to know that I'm not. Do my eyes look like full of light or are they full of dark? Do I look glowing or not? Am I like someone sat in the dark somewhere, someone who hides their face, someone who's in fear of putting themselves out there? No, because I believe there's something coming. Like they said, they can't stop it's coming. I know in my heart it's for the good, you know. I don't even know how to say it. I know what I mean. Not that I need to come and tell everybody what I think, but I do because I believe I have to put a positive charge out there. That's how I see it now. That's why I believe I came on YouTube. People will sit there and go, what? That's the ego talking. No, whatever I'm talking about, I just believe there's a frequency coming out. And if that's what I've got to do, then that's part of my path. That's how I see it. That's how I've always seen it. I didn't really know when I first came on YouTube, but now I do. So like I said, please go and check out the Adjustment Bureau film. Even if you've seen it, please go and watch it again and listen and watch out for numbers and certain things. So yes, I will see you soon. Thank you for all people in chat for coming in and chatting. Lovely comments. Haters are going to hate, not really bothered. Like I said, feeding frequency, so I'm not really bothered. It is absolutely chucking it down in the UK today. It's not stopped raining this morning. And anyone new, thank you very much. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because they do unsubscribe and you don't get notifications anyway. But just saying. So love you all, and I shall see you soon. And what do I do? Yeah. Have a blessed day too. Bye. Where we go, on we go all. Bye.